Okay. Okay, this is weird. What's up, Enchanted Rainfall? What's up, Pop Pepperoni? Jesus, kinda weird. What's up, Nicholas? What's up, Toby? What's up, Ozka? Izka? What's up, Rick? What's up, Penguin? I actually do remember you. Very vaguely, but I do remember you. Actually, I think that's most people, to be honest here. Jack. I remember probably most people very vaguely. What's up, Sam? What's up, Brayden? Yeah, I remember you. I think I mentioned it yesterday, but what happened during the month? I was mainly just studying for certificates. Because I had no idea what the heck I was even doing. I had to figure out how the heck I was gonna use my brain. I had to figure out how to reuse my brain. Let's just go with that. That's the best way to say it. I had to relearn how to learn. Let's say that as well. It's a better way to say it. What's up, John? I did stream yesterday, if you're wondering. I don't know if you actually saw that or not, but... Also, who mentioned the potato war thing? We were comparing, like, the top projects or challenges in Minecraft, and somebody mentioned the potato war. I forgot who it was, though. Who missed that? What's up, Pixie Dust? Oh, Pixie Dust. Psh, stupid. Jesus Christ. Misspellings really... I hate taking things so literally. Sometimes. It really kind of screws my brain sometimes. What's up, Gaming Master? Who mentioned the potato war yesterday? Somebody mentioned. That was actually an I actually looked into that. That was actually a pretty interesting challenge. What's up, Raffy? What's up, sis? Didn't expect you to be here. What's up, bye guy? Oh yes. A very long, drawn-out cause. You actually created it? You actually created the fan page? That's pretty interesting. Honestly, I can't really give you a consistent schedule, at least right now. Maybe in the future. I'm not gonna do time lapse on the overworld anymore. I only did one just to showcase a section, and that was still a pretty bad time lapse. There's still some mess ups. And if I did it again, I need to get a new hard drive because honestly, I didn't expect it to be that much, that many gigabytes of storage. It's ridiculous, actually, the amount of storage that project took, or that, yeah, just that project of time lapsing. I did finally figure out what song I'm gonna use for the final video, because yes, I'm preparing this early for the final video because I kind of have to. Because it's gonna be a pretty special video, at least the overworld will be. I could do one for the Nether. That's the one I thought about doing. Was the Nether. What's up, Dadder? Dang, who mentioned the potato war with Technoblade? Somebody mentioned it took them like 3,500 hours or something like that. Even though it was only 600 hours. I don't know who said that, but still pretty insane, not gonna lie. Very interesting, definitely a very interesting, project, though. Okay, so for the, I don't think I'm, for draining the ocean, or yes, pretty much. So Matt's Volk. Yeah, Potato War is basically between shoot, what was his name? Squid I forgot his full name. I know it was like Squid something, and then Technoblade. They main biggest two competitors to farm 500 million potatoes. in 2 weeks. They spent... Yeah, it was like 11 hours a day. Squid Kid, there it is. I was trying to remember what the name was. Why did I take that off? Whatever. And I forgot. Oh my god, I'm not paying attention whatsoever. Oh, I'm a Squid Kid. Okay, yeah. Seriously, I am really screwing with myself right now. I don't know what I'm doing. I really just messed it up so badly. This is what happens when I try to multitask. It doesn't happen. I mean, it's not like I haven't been doing some of this stuff off stream. I've done a little bit off stream. That's why that's the reason I'm at layer 30 in the first place. Because when I last started last streamed, it was what's up, Animation Beast? I am mining a classic console-sized world. Oh yeah, Soul King's making some insane progress. Seriously. At this progress, at this rate, he could probably finish this project in the next, like, 2 years or so. Actually, probably faster. He's making some ridiculous progress. He's definitely going faster than I am with the 3 people that he's with. It's Baby Luna, him, and Mr. Inflammable, I think his name is. Those are the 3 main people working on this project. Yeah, I've definitely declared this project a solo project. Especially now, since the main person I was working with, it was gonna be a partner project. I wasn't even gonna do like, I really wasn't gonna be, this wasn't even gonna supposed to be a group thing. It was supposed to be just a partner thing, but since he's out doing his own thing for the moment and he couldn't join my world, I just basically took it on solo, which is fine. God, the sarcasm. Yeah, I think I fought the Ender Dragon probably over 700 times at this point. I think. I could be wrong about that statistic. Probably more than 700. I don't really know. It's a very rough estimation I used to do. And I don't know how outdated the information is. I still need to update my FAQ. It's a very easy dragon fight, seriously. Like, sometimes the dragon's actually somewhat difficult to fight, but sometimes it's pathetically easy. Kinda weird. Okay, I had just enough. I was kind of going a bit too quick there, whatever. Yeah. There's a lot of people who thought I just killed the Ender Dragon one time. Luckily I can reset it on PS4, which is really nice. I think for pickaxes, how many pickaxes I've gone through? Oh. How many pickaxes I've gone through? Probably over 3,000. At least. Wait, what? Oh yeah, that's a fortune pickaxe. I'm not using that one. That's specifically for ores. I think this project is impossible without mending, if I remember correctly, doing the math. It's actually impossible without mending. Oh, shoot. Because you can't get enough, there aren't enough diamonds in the world to repair. Even if you repaired the pickaxes, there still isn't enough diamonds. Unless somehow you can duplicate, I mean you can duplicate diamonds, but I mean, or exploit diamonds. Yeah, reasonably it's impossible. This project's reasonably impossible. Let's go with that. It's a better way to say it. I think they mean, wait, why am I going this way? Whatever. Let's just fly this way. I think they mean by having mending is wait, yeah, never mind. You could still do it. You just have to have a lot of emeralds. Never mind. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't think of, I forgot you can just get the toolsmith like I used to do. You can get the toolsmith and do it. Never mind, it actually is possible. It's just way more work. And way more emeralds. But yeah, it is possible. Oh, I usually do that sometimes. It's kind of annoying. Always leave a spot. You can do the way I'm doing it to get emeralds. You can do get a skeleton farm right over there. Get leave it AFK and get as much bones as possible. Turn those bone mills into bone meal. Take that bone meal, put it in a 0-tick sugarcane farm. Take that sugarcane and turn to paper. And then sell that paper. Like I have the potential to go up to I can get over 4,000 emeralds if I wanted to right now. Kind of insane actually. Because I left it AFK for a little bit. That's also another thing I was doing during the break. Was it during the break or was it just before? I think it was either just before or during the break. No, it was before the break. What's up, Dancing Trap? The most active, I know you're probably one of the most active, at least, I know it's been a while, but, I know Gaming Master, Raffi. Honestly, I think if I count past streams, not counting the yesterday's stream, I'd probably say Raffi's been the most consistent, besides... I know there was a time where Pie Guy didn't join for a long time. He used to be the most consistent. I can't really say, though, because there was certain periods where they're probably the two most consistent viewers of the two. Raffi's probably been the most consistent, at least in terms of... Even when my channel kind of just died, he was still there. But Pie Guy had the longest streak, I would have to say, out of every person on my streams ever. It's very hard to say, let's be honest, to say who's actually technically more consistent. I'm not really surprised that you went to sleep early, just because I haven't streamed for 2 weeks, so... Sorry, 2 months. Why did I say 2 weeks? 2 months. Yeah, so there's that. I can't really tell you who is the most consistent. Of them all, but due to not everybody being the most consistent, because it's hard to define who actually has been the most consistent. Nice. Nice, Braden. On this project, it's a pretty big difference. 2 weeks and 2 months can actually make a huge difference. Like 2 weeks, the difference between 2 weeks and 2 months could be an entire section, depending on how much I work on it. I'm not expecting to do like a section per month or something like that, like I thought I could at one point, but I mean, I think I could manage that if I really wanted to do it, but I mean, I need to find some balance. I need to just let life kind of just flow through and not hold on to certain expectations. My biggest problem, holding on to expectations, by far. It's the reason why I'm even here right now, is because I held on to expectations too long. I think since 1 year, also, thank you, Shriram? I think that's how you say that. It was, it's been just over a year since I blew up back in, I think, the second time I blew up. I could be wrong about that. But I knew I know it's been more than a year since the first time I blew up back in February, late February. And the third time I blew up, where most people, actually it's probably where most of the viewers that left, was the third time I blew up. Even though it gave me technically the most amount of subscribers, kind of weird, but at that time it was about May. It was between May and June, I know for sure. It was like early summer last year. So. But since September, I've been mining. I think I've mined over. If I can get through this section, I would be mining roughly 10 million blocks throughout the year, which isn't bad. Not at the pace I should be going at, but whatever. Or it's roughly below pace of the project, but whatever. It's not that big of a deal. The first half of the year really made up for this 2-month break, though, to be honest. think I've fallen asleep on like 2 streams. I don't know why. It's kind of weird though, because it's like I did fall asleep on a couple streams. Sometimes it was like periodically. Because of, I don't know why I was actually so tired, to be honest with you. Yeah, the most viewers I've ever had was 400. Legitimate viewers. That was ridiculous. I was like out of breath by the time, by the end of the stream, because I was just constantly introducing viewers. What's up, Kendrick? I have my reasonings in a video if you want to watch that. It's called Why I'm Mining a World. I still think it's probably going to be my second or third most popular video, potentially, by the end of this project. I need to make a specific tab for it. Like, when you first enter the channel, I need to start doing that. I mean, I have it for common questions, but honestly, it's probably the most common question throughout my entire time doing this project. Is why. I mean, to be fair, it makes sense. I mean, who wouldn't really question why I'm doing this? Like, there aren't that many people. Sleep streams. I just like make a stream where everybody just sleeps. I've done that before. Those thought experiments eat you alive. Yeah, it was I think it's the video that I have over 20,000 views on. It's, let me just say this, I was streaming while I was blowing up, which I don't know if that was the best idea at the time. It's also my most, it was the highest donated stream as well, of all the streams. Actually, probably like 3 or 4 streams combined, even if it's combined second, third, and fourth highest donated streams. Combine those and you got yourself the most definitely by far the most donated stream, and obviously the most active stream. Because I was streaming while I was blowing up when I had when I was blowing up on Instagram, iFunny, and Reddit simultaneously. It was a lot. Hardest part about mining the world. What's up, Mr. Chew? Probably the most difficult part is probably, I don't actually know, to be honest. I'm not sure what the most difficult part is, because this project isn't really that difficult. It just takes a little bit of planning. I guess just managing everything is kind of hard while you stream. Managing resources is probably pretty hard to do. Managing pickaxes sometimes can be difficult and a pain. What's up, Lizard? Yeah, time is probably the most obvious one, but in terms of sheer difficulty, because time technically isn't difficulty, it's just patience. Which I guess can be a form of difficulty, but in terms of like actual challenge, I don't really know. Would you consider time technically a part of difficulty? I guess it would be. Because, I mean, you have endurance challenges, which is something that isn't difficult, but just tests your perseverance. In my case, it just tests my tenacity. This project is literally just a sheer display of willpower, or perseverance, depending on who you are. I'd say mainly willpower though. I'm only saying willpower mainly because you can't really like, I mean you could probably self-discipline yourself, but generally self-discipline is caused by somebody else forcing you to do something. Telling you to do something and then you do it. In terms of willpower, it's more like just sheer desire to do the project. So unless somebody literally obligated you. What's up, Sparks? I don't have grades. I'm not in school right now. I'm about to get a job in IT because I just got my A+ certification. I'm basically self-teaching myself stuff, and I'm gonna be doing software development. In the future, I'm gonna be learning front-end software development. Oh yeah, definitely. About about making time for other stuff. The thing about that is, like, I've really had to learn just to let life kind of flow through my fingers instead of trying to grasp it. Instead of grasping life, I need to just let it flow, like the wind. Like wind you can't resist. Because the force of wind will eventually blow you away. You can't hold back wind unless you yourself can't really hold back wind. So you have to just, or it takes way more effort. Let me just say this, it takes way more effort for somebody to, at least in my case, let life, and which is technically in my case wind. I'd have to let the wind take me instead of trying to resist it. There's way more effort into. It takes way more effort to resist the wind than it is to let it just course through. It's really hard to explain. I have not seen it. I'll check it out. Somebody put it in the comment section because I would look at all comments. So as soon as my video gets uploaded, I may look it up as soon as, or somebody either remind me at the end of the stream because I definitely will forget, or put it in a comment on. I'll pin it as well. I'll pin the comment as well, and I'll put it in the description, or put it in the comment section, and I'll pin it, and I'll probably even put it in the description as well, which is kind of funny. Oh yes, Art of War. I need to read that book actually. I haven't actually read it. I know it gets referenced constantly, but I have a list of books I'm going to be reading in the future anyway. It's not that big of a deal. Maybe a book I may add. Yes, there is a purpose. It's in the, it's on my channel. I have a reason. I have my reasons why. The only reason I say to go to the videos because I kind of forgot the actual, like, real reasons why entirely of why I'm doing this. I mean, I sort of remember, but they're very vague. I used to can kind of say them on the top of my head, but I can't really do it anymore. Mr. Complex name is kind of funny. But yeah, it starts mining the real world. I could set up a PO box in the future. Honestly though, I'm not going to do anything extra until after this project's done. Including making my own website, because I will be making a website with all of this programming knowledge I'm going to be gathering. I'm actually going to use it as a project that I can showcase, which is pretty sick. Because it's like, I mean, it's like the perfect way, it's like the perfect reasoning why I should be doing perfect reasoning to make the website is literally just to show it as a project in the future. Now, I'm not too sure when I'm going to actually plan on making the website. Maybe after I get decent at JavaScript and HTML and CSS, stuff like that. Eventually. Okay, maybe not at the end. Okay, maybe the overworld. I could maybe able to cram this project to the end of the year, but I'm not gonna try to cram it. There's a decent chance, not a high chance anymore, because of the 2-month break, that I'll be finishing this by the end of the year. But honestly, I think it's doable. It's gonna be pretty hard though, because I have to finish this section and the next section, and I have about 8 months roughly. I basically would have to finish this section and next section, and then do the last 4 sections or so in 8 months, which would be kind of difficult because I would be really having to cram the last like 2. I may be able to do it if I cram the last like 2 sections or so. It's possible, but is it probable? Not really. Yeah, I may be able to finish it by this time. Actually, probably this time next year, possibly. Which is kind of funny. I think it's gonna be pretty. I think this time next year could be doable. Well, I don't actually have a job at the moment. I think once I get one, we can edit it though. Edit the fan page. Are you making like a bio? At the moment, not yet, but I should be getting one soon. Don't know how long it's gonna realistically take, but I'd say give it like another. I'll like give it like 1 more month. So 2 years, I would say 2 years is, so 1.5 years would probably be everything. I should get everything done within a 1.5 years from now. From this point right now, it should be, everything should possibly be done by a 1.5 years from now. Do mind you, that's being pretty, somewhat optimistic. I'd say 2 years is probably at most for everything to get done. And really, honestly, it depends on how big my channel gets though, because if this channel gets pretty big by the overworld, I may be able to do more things with the channel, but for now, I'm gonna stick to these projects. Potentially do more things with the channel. Maybe not this channel, but another channel, if it blows up. I don't know, it really depends where this channel can go. I haven't really thought of too much I could do with the channel. I kind of just want this channel to be more of a... I'm not at Discount Tire. I actually got let go of that a while back, unfortunately. So yeah, no, I'm not employed, at least at the moment. I should be in about a month or so. Honestly, your best bet, just say like help desk in the future, or something like that. Because that's probably the job I'm going to be getting, is some kind of help desk job. For that time being, at least. Honestly, I think by the time I finish this project, funny enough, I think I could probably be a software developer. Kind of weird. Like, this project will literally mark the end of, like, of when I should be able to transition into that type of field. gonna be pretty interesting. What's up, Gavin? No, don't worry too much. Gavin, it's not that big of a deal, but thank you for the consideration. I mean, I haven't been streaming for like 2 months, so. Yeah, honestly, considering how many times I fall into lava, it probably is only gonna last like 30 minutes. Lava, it chews through lava. Or, sorry, lava chews through armor so badly. I actually have no idea what happened to Kilo. Social security number. Discord's probably the best way to figure that out. For Kilo. No, you're good, Gavin. It's not that big of a deal. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you guys that I got extremely lucky with the power crisis, because I was actually taking my test when there was people literally not even, I didn't even think about this whatsoever, but I was taking my test when people like 5 miles away were losing power. My CompTIA, the A+ exam. Yeah, I got extremely lucky with that. The first A+. And another thing is, if the power went out, I wouldn't be able to retake it for another like 2 weeks, because I did fail the first 2 times taking the test because of my ignorance, but of how to learn things, how to teach myself things. But besides that, it's actually one of the reasons why I didn't stream anytime sooner than I could have been now because of my ignorance, but whatever. And yeah, I just got extremely lucky with the power outage. Besides that, I just got some snow. It's pretty nice. Power went out for like a couple of hours the day after I took the test, I think it was. Yeah, my thing is just I have to chew the information just for a tiny bit. Like, it's not like I realize that I did a bit of overkill on how I should teach myself. Instead of I try to absorb information, that didn't work. I tried to kinda go through information, like look at information and try to understand it, but no, I actually have to like. So I basically went both directions. I went from like not doing enough logical analysis to doing too much at some points, and then I finally figured out a how to balance the logical analysis with information gathering. It took a while to figure out how I should do it, but honestly, it's extremely powerful now. I feel like I can learn anything at this point very quickly. I should have taken notes of how I did it with the psychology, that analytical psychology, because I didn't take any notes. I just literally just. I think it's because I looked at the information so much and I wanted to learn it so much that I just kept repeating it over and over again until it's stuck in my head. Analyzing everything. Logically putting everything. I should have learned more from that, but whatever. It's not that big of a deal. The hardest part is learning something where you don't have actual passion, or like you don't... no, I wouldn't say really passion for it, but... yeah, I would say somewhat it's a passion thing, but at the same time. That's the hard part, is testing. That's how you really test somebody, is by seeing how they fare under things they either don't want to do or they don't feel comfortable doing. In my case, it's more like I just didn't want to do it. It was a really stupid, and I didn't feel good at. I didn't care about learning about oh my god, I didn't care about learning specific things. It really hindered my growth as a person. But to be fair, I kind of went like stupid TE trickster, whatever, and I tried to learn like everybody else that was good with learning. Yeah, that didn't work. No, I don't even really need notes. I just need to process and chew every bit of information. I don't even need notes. Notes literally do nothing for me. My best bet, I could literally, if I need notes, I could just go to an index of a book. Because notes don't do anything. I just have to analyze everything. Question everything. I even tried taking notes, still failed it. Guess what I did? I literally, they CompTIA A+. The first time I did it, I just kind of looked through the exam objectives, because they give you exam objectives to look through. And I just tried doing mind maps and stuff like that. Failed it. A week later, a week of reviewing, using notes and stuff like that. Failed it, but I did improve. Don't get me wrong, I did improve. And then the third time I did it, 1 month later, no notes, no nothing, just analyzing every single thing on the objectives, logically analyze every single thing, all the notes with my own thinking, and I passed it by like, with almost flying colors. That's pretty much how I did it, and that's how I'm gonna learn in the future anyway, so. Don't get me wrong, like TE users may benefit from logic, but like notes, and because it's... that makes sense though, actually, why TI users don't benefit from note taking. I mean, they do if it's like a lot of information crammed, if they're being taught by somebody else. Note-taking would be essential for TI users, unless they can... I mean, I've done it where you logically analyze while somebody's talking. It's really hard, but it takes a lot of energy. It's possible, it's just... if you slip up, and you don't really know right away what they're talking about, or how they're doing it, or logically how you can put it in your own words, then it's not really gonna work that well. Nice. Yeah, at least for a TI user perspective, you can't put in your words. Like, for some reason, randomly, I read like one sentence on like U.S. history, which was, it was in 1492. In 1492, there were 75 million U.S. residents. Yeah, I read that one time and somehow just remember it. It's like, yeah, okay. That makes perfect sense. Because I can just remember a random fact like that after looking at it for like 5 seconds. What's up, Hedgelian? Jesus Christ, I have no clue how to say your name, but I know it's dialectic. Hedgelian? I don't know how to say that first name. What's up, Canadian warrior? Yeah, it's kind of weird. What's up, Mr. Burrito? It's kind of weird like that, though. I think I was already viral, at least at some point. They're probably sick of me. They're probably gonna be sick of me by the time they see it. By the time they see it again, they're like, oh yeah, I remember seeing this guy like 3 times over. I remember how many people thought I actually quit. After like a short period of time of taking a break, it's like, dang, you guys. You guys really, kind of shows, I wouldn't really say the faith, because I know most people aren't, oh, actually most people are faithful, but some types of people aren't. So they're going to be a lot more pessimistic towards faith, so if they don't have that faith. I mean, yeah, they're only 13. Actually, 13 is not that bad. I think I mean, to be fair, I'm not expecting active viewers. I mean, you can say something on social media, I don't really care. But, if you want to, you can. But, I'm really not expecting active viewers. I mean, it's cool that my name just got out there, even though, it's all I really, like, it's all I really need from this channel is just, at least when it comes to something like, something such as this project being viral is, or this channel in general being viral, is just, it needed the world, Jesus Christ, it needed the word out. Which I wasn't expecting, it kind of just happened out of thin air. I somewhat knew it was going to happen eventually, but at the same time, I really didn't. Kind of weird. It was a very big shock. Especially the 3 times overtime. The 3 time... I cannot speak. Okay, Gavin. Thank you for the, for sharing the message. To be fair, I'm not gonna be like, many YouTubers that are gonna try to milk, getting projects and stuff like that out. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, yeah, that kind of scared me for a second, but, I'm not gonna constantly say on every single stream, hey, go get this word out, go get the project out, go get the word out that this project is happening, stuff like, you know. I'm kind of just letting people do their own thing. Very much appreciated the people who actually get the word out with this project. It's definitely something that is very cool at the same time. I mean, it's not something, it's not a necessity. It is definitely a cool feeling though, not gonna lie. Nice, Brayden. I know 2 people that are going for electrical engineering. I think one's going for mechanical engineering. No, he's going for physics. Well, one of them hasn't graduated high school, but one of them is going for electrical engineering, which I was a bit surprised by. That is going to go for something like theoretical physics, but... and then one of my other friends, he's going for electrical engineering, and then... Yeah, I don't know. I was getting a bit confused. Because they did change it a couple times. You can technically do, if you wanted to, you can do electrical and then get your mechanical. Because mechanical and electrical are so similar. One of my friends mentioned that he's technically getting 2 bachelors with mechanical and electrical because they're only 2 classes apart from each other, roughly. I mean, I don't know if that varies depending school. That depends on the school or not, but... that's totally a possibility. What's up, Michael fan? Yes. Finally back. After 2 months. Yeah, it's only expensive because of how much it's actually worth. So I can kind of give a more in-depth answer on that, though that's kind of vague. Saying college is expensive is one thing, but the thing is, I mean, don't get me wrong, I think college, at least public universities and private colleges specifically, are more expensive than what they should actually be worth. It's more of a worth type of thing. They're not really worth what they should be, considering they're not too efficient. They kind of milk a few classes for what they're actually worth as well. You know, if it was just the classes that you wanted to do, and it was more tailored to individual people, it would be a bit more worthwhile, but honestly, it's a bit much for what it's actually worth. And, at least in terms of... And don't forget, after, I think it's 6 months, so if you don't pay your debt within 6 months you have a 6-month grace period before the debt actually accumulates within percentage interest. And I'm pretty sure this is correct. I could be wrong about this. You could definitely look it up though. And some people do care about it. I think it depends on where you're going though, for where you're going to. Mechanical is a pretty good degree. Electrical is a bit specific though, so it is a bit better. Honestly, it's just having both is really nice, because it's practically a free degree for 2 classes. But yeah, it's kind of weird. Don't get me wrong, like, community college is good for what it's worth, even if it's only 2 years. Those 2 years literally almost cut what most universities have in half, because you can just get all what you need in 2 years, and then the next 2 years you more or less specialize in whatever your degree is, instead of getting all the fundamentals away, or the prerequisites away. And, what else is there? But yeah, it's just, also, it is degree dependent for the most part. Don't get me wrong, I think all degrees technically, even though, sure, don't get me wrong, they're quite nice, like engineering and computer science specifically, healthcare, those 3 main ones. I know there are other ones, but I'd say those are the 3 main ones that, are probably the best. Don't get me wrong, they're probably some of the hardest degrees to get though, so it kind of balances out a little bit. And those are probably the most worthwhile degrees. You have like all studies degrees, like general studies, gender studies, you know, those degrees. Those are the ones that most colleges try to prey on, unfortunately, that those even exist in the first place. Some of those degrees are ridiculously expensive for what they're actually worth. So private and public universities, private schools, actually I would say private schools in general are not worth it regardless of whatever degree you go for. Actually no, sorry, for profit. Even private is better than for profit. I don't even know what the real difference is. Versus private and for profit, I don't know which one's better or worse. Actually I know what the difference is, but I don't know which one's actually better. I think private's a bit better than for-profit. I think for-profit's probably the biggest scam in the US at the moment. Specifically for-profit schooling. Combine it with a degree, you got some really worthless degree there. If you do it for for-profit, if you pick a worthless degree. Even if you get a worthwhile degree in a for-profit, it still wouldn't be that worth it. Yeah, I've done a little bit of research on colleges because I watch a financial channel, and not only that, I actually did a research paper over why college could possibly be a scam depending on what you do. It's still a bit too expensive for what it's actually worth, though. I mean, sure, don't get me wrong, it's a piece of paper to show that you've done, credit hours and you learned something, and you stuck through something, but it still really is not, it's too much, honestly. At least in the first world countries, like UK and US specifically. US is probably the worst. I heard UK is really bad, though, too. Especially when you count the cost of living as well, and then after that 6 months, all of that, that debt in general, will start multiplying due to percentages if you don't pay it off. And don't even get me started on masters and PhDs and doctorate degrees. That's even worse. It's literally like a pyramid scheme, or at least if you went down the teaching route of becoming a professor, that's a pyramid scheme right there. Definitely a pyramid scheme because of how they organize everything. I'd say anybody who goes into gender studies either really doesn't know any better and just thinks that they can somehow get by with a gender studies degree. They're not really planning what the heck they're doing. Even education is better than gender studies, which is saying a lot considering education. Oh god, education degrees. It's not that great of a degree by itself. It's for its own worth. Unfortunately, it's not that good of a degree. It's kind of sad though. It's one of the degrees where it's important, but it's really bad. It's kind of sad how bad it is. $15 an hour. Wait for what? I don't mind, Michael. It'd be much appreciated if you did. I think somebody has posted there before, but it has been a while, so I don't know. You can do it if you want to. It's not that big of a deal. They can't really say much about me posting, because I'm not the one that's posting it, so it's not like... There's a reason why I'm not trying to get my stuff personally, market myself on social media and stuff like that for this project. Just because of that sheer reason. I could do it, it's just it wouldn't be good for my channel. Wait, $15 an hour for what? For what job, though? Specifically, because it's really a value for thing. Because I know when I get a help desk job, I don't think I'm not expecting much money. Like, I would actually be fine with $10 an hour, at least starting. Because I'm just saving. I'd just be saving money at that point. Don't get me wrong, if I restarted the last like year or so, I'd probably just get a normal job and then just save a bunch of money, do programming, and move out from there, become independent in that case. But in this case, I'm taking a different route because I was super ignorant. I've been doing life backwards, at least in some cases. In some instances, I've been kind of doing life in a different direction, which was a horrible and not good direction I should be doing in, so... Whatever, can't really change that now, so it's not that big of a deal. I mean, $10 an hour, $15 an hour is not the minimum wage at the moment, at least maybe in some places. At least no, I know here it isn't. I would actually like $15 an hour, but I know I'm not expecting $15 an hour on my first help desk job or any form of IT job. $15 an hour is decently livable. I mean, I know somebody in that I live near, one of my friends, he's one of the mods on here, he, I don't think he lives by himself, I could be wrong. Yeah, I don't think he does, but at the same time, he still manages his money and stuff like that. He makes, I think, $15 an hour, working HEB. And he lives in a pretty high cost of living area, so it's not like it's not doable. You just won't have much money left, which honestly, starting jobs, let's be honest here, starting jobs when it comes to the lower pay, you at least in the US, you really shouldn't be expecting much. I don't know, it really depends on what career you go into. It's very career oriented. Like, I know IT obviously has pretty low paying jobs, but obviously it has a ridiculous ceiling on certain jobs. Okay, I've never heard that, Sam, but... Wait, what job are you looking at, Braden, that pays $15 an hour? What's up, this is fine. I just realized you were even here for some reason. I mean, $15 an hour I think could be definitely livable if you manage your finances properly. Even in decently high cost of living area. I could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure it is doable. You're just not gonna have much money left over saving up. Which I am fine with, at least for a good little while. I don't care if I don't have much money at all, because I'm not going to be spending that much money. Let's be honest, what the heck else, what am I going to spend my money on? When all I do is learn programming and do a Minecraft project. Like, actually spending money, I don't mean like using it for expenses. It's a little bit different. I'm talking like going out and stuff like that. Expenses like food, rent, stuff like that, you know. Maybe like maintenance expenses or something like that for my car or something like that. So there are some smaller things, don't get me wrong, but I think it's totally doable. Wait, what? Wait, what job is it, Brayden? I still don't know what job it is specifically. Yeah. I actually don't know if Germany and money is actually worth more or less than the US. I don't know currency that well, I'll be honest. I remember I went to I was on a trip and there was a sign that showed a bunch of currencies and I should have looked at them closer. I have euros and pesos, which is kind of funny. Yeah, I have euros and pesos at the moment, and obviously regular US dollars. Oh, that's really interesting. I didn't know that bill actually like was gonna be a thing. $15 an hour, that becomes a minimum thing. That's gonna be so nice. I don't know when. I'm gonna have to look into that again. I mean, you can explain it if you want to, but I thought that was kind of a thing that would kind of died off after a while. I guess it didn't. I remember I was hearing about that a long time ago, but I wasn't too sure what. I thought it kind of just died off after a while. Well, no, I know it's not nice that fast food workers are making the same amount. Don't get me wrong, there are definitely some downsides to making $15 an hour because of the devaluing of certain jobs like education. To be fair, I know education usually pays pretty bad by itself, so that's one of the reasons why many people actually avoid education jobs, is because of the pay. For what it's worth, that is. But that is kind of weird thinking about it, actually, that fast food workers will be making as much as teachers. Dang, that makes teaching jobs even more worthless. In terms of pay, not in terms of, like, value. They're two different things. Because to be honest, your money is pretty... money is pretty subjective, so... value technically isn't as subjective as money itself. I know technically value is subjective, but it's a lot more important than just paper weight. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that makes teaching jobs even more insanely devalued. And they were already pretty devalued in general. So it's like there's like some good things that it does make fast food jobs a little bit more valuable for what they're actually worth, but it also devalues other jobs, so it's kind of a... I'm gonna have to look into more of that bill. What's up, Noodles? Oh, that's not that bad then. I mean, that would be a very useful bill for like me if I got a regular job, like for IT tech. Very useful for me if that bill got passed over here. But I know it does kind of suck in that case at least. What's up, BE Sonic? Alright, see ya, Toby. Yeah, you're definitely in a way better spot than... wait, how did you get your... How'd you get your electrical engineering degree at 18? Yeah, you're in a way better spot, though. Than most people even at that... I mean, to be fair, wait, yeah. Especially getting an electrical engineering degree at 18. You'd probably be making... But how did you get to... Because most people don't even start, like, college at... Most people don't even start college till, like, 19. They don't even start earning their degree, or even start trying to earn their degree till, like, 19. Dang, that's pretty insane. Oh wait, what state do you live in? Because I know certain states probably have some form of, accelerated. Is it some kind of accelerated program? Because I know not all states have, I mean, you don't actually have to say where you live, or state-wise, if you don't want to, but, oh, you said Florida, I think, right? I don't know. Yeah. That's a thing. Interesting. I don't know if certain areas may not be able to do that. Because I know there's a lot of people where I live, they would have taken that opportunity. I don't think every state has that opportunity to be able to do that. It could be a state by state thing or something. Because I know there's like scorings for like basing off of college, but most of them don't actually let you graduate. But you still got the opportunity to do it, because most people they usually say what programs that are allowed, and even if you ask to do something like that in certain states, they may not even allow you to do something like that. If that was the case, then everybody, there's a lot. I mean, not everybody. A lot of people would take the opportunity, but I still don't think that's actually available. A thing that is available in every state. I could be wrong about that though. It could be something that not many people even know about, that I didn't even know about, that you could do. Because I know there's pre-AP classes that you can take that accelerate it. They get all the prerequisites out of the way, but generally you still have to go to college for like 2 or 3 years. Like, I'm not really talking about the teaching part, I'm talking about getting the electrical engineering degree at 18. Oh, the code red and code blue, yes. That should be like, that definitely should be like one of the first things. I'll definitely be adding that to like the website and stuff like that. I think that'd be an incredibly useful web page to have, or web pages to have for the website. In the future. How many classes did you skip to be able to do that? Okay, yeah, no, I don't think any, yeah, schools, don't even provide, our school definitely did not provide that whatsoever. We barely even had, like, actually our school is pretty small, it barely even had opportunities like that to be able to skip classes like that. That's pretty insane, though, to be able to get to that point. Yeah, you shouldn't even have to worry about, you shouldn't even have to worry about the $15 an hour. What's up, Ash? If you're getting something like that. Especially since at 18 you're gonna be making probably like 60K starting off, 60, 70K, because I know engineers can go up to 6 figures, but they don't start off just like computer programmers or software developers don't always start off, depending on where you live though, as well though. That always is a factor. It's the same deal. Doing pretty good, Ash. It's all dependent on the company and their benefits and stuff like that, because I know I don't specifically know, but I've heard this is a thing. You know, like network engineering, getting up to being a network engineer. There's some people that make over $250,000 a year being a network engineer, and this job has like the average of 70K median or starting off salary. I think that median is probably like 80K. Even though networking is probably my least favorite of the IT bunches, I'm still gonna learn it. I just don't have that much interest in networking in general, I'd have to say. Honestly though, I think IT is gonna be the computer software development job is going to be more of a means to an end type of career for me personally. I'm not saying I'm not going to advance in IT, but I think I'm going to do more of a business type approach. I think eventually, I think it's almost inevitable I'm going to be starting my own. I mean, this is technically a business, but in terms of the psychology, if it ever becomes widely known, the analytical psychology, I would love to somehow turn that into a business or something like that. I don't know. Anything really. Maybe speak at places potentially in the future. I'm talking, this is long from now. This is like 30, 35 years old type of thing. Maybe even later. This is more like, this is way later though. Oh yeah, that's pretty nice. Renting the, what are they called? It's been a while since I've seen real estate investing. It's where you like rent one side of a place and then live in the other. And then you eventually rent that out, and then you do the same thing over and over and over again. You can retire off of rental properties after a while. That's pretty nice. I don't think I'm gonna do that. I thought about doing that at some point, but investing, I think I'm gonna keep investing pretty simple. I'm just gonna do REITs. real estate investment. Shoot, what is it called? Real estate investing. I forgot what it was called. I forgot REITs, like what it stood for. It's basically where you basically you get to own properties without actually owning the property, like renting it out. You kind of just take a piece of it. But I'm gonna do more or less on nice. He's not the oldest person that's actually ever been in this chat. There's one other person that's like... There's one other person. I don't really care too much about retiring, I'll be straight with you. I used to try to think about, like, early retirement type of thing, like a planning of early retirement, but honestly, I don't really care for that anymore. I think I care more or less about making more of an impact on people than actually trying to just live. Don't get me wrong, I'm gonna live frugally, but at least in terms of the retirement part, I don't think I'm going to. I mean, I might change my mind in the future. I mean, obviously that's like years and years away, but honestly, I think I've changed my mind back. I really have like no reason to actually retire if I'm so focused on making impact with other people. Like, don't get me wrong, that type of early retirement is pretty nice, but... Well, yeah, I mean, I could see retirement just because you can do whatever you want, really. Especially early retirement. You just have to figure out what your real thing is that you want to do. There were reasons why people want to retire early, at least for the most part, is because they don't really have much of a purpose in what they're doing, and what they really want to do. But at the same time, if you can ever intertwine what you want to do with making money at the exact same time, then you're pretty much fine. But for the most part, when it comes to early retirement, I can definitely see why people do it, at the same time. I don't know. I tend to overshoot on my future, to be honest with you. But yeah, it's my plans more or less of making impacts. If I don't really have any purpose when it comes to stuff like that, like helping other people or something, it's not gonna really help me. To be fair, that's kind of my purpose anyways, to make an impact on other people, so it's not like, if I just leave that away, then what the heck else am I supposed to do? It's like, I don't want to focus all my time on just retiring. I need to focus my time on actually gathering information and helping people in the future. There's really no point in me even thinking about trying to retire, future retirement. Alright, see ya, Ash. Oh, okay. Are you sure you want to do early retirement? If you have that kind of mindset. Wait, why? Ravioli, 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 bring me the formioli. Oh my god. Forgot about that. But yeah, it's kind of weird. What's up, blubber? Fish? What's up, Pope? Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. We'll check out the wiki. I mean, if you guys just mention something about the wiki, I'll remember it. At any given point in time, I'll remember it. I really don't think early retirement really should be my main focus, especially when I kinda know the purpose of every single type of person here. That is if I knew your type. I mean, don't get me wrong, you can eventually make it to the point where if you make enough, I guess if you make enough money doing your purpose, then you can retire, but honestly, if you don't actually have a purpose when it comes to after retiring, what the heck is the point? I don't know, honestly. I don't know how that really makes you feel, to be honest. I mean, the purpose of the ESTJ is to be generous to other people. For the most part. So how about this? Instead of focusing on early retirement, take all that money you have with, and help other people with, either give to other people, in some case be generous to other people. That's probably the main purpose, because honestly ESTJs tend to I mean, they want to be generous by themselves anyway, so they want to make all this money, but most of them think that, I mean, they think of making money, but they don't think of really what to do with the money, and in their case, the most fulfilling thing they can do is be generous to other people. Support, organizations, help other people with, pretty much bring chaos into order, is the way to say it. All about Zen. Actually, you know what? Here's a great idea. You can also look at the video. It's on CS Joseph's channel, and he literally has it's a more in-depth explanation on it. And he actually explains. It's the only video of this season. It's called Type's Life Purpose or whatever. Go in playlist. It's like season 24. Your type is the only type he's actually mentioned, or it's the only type that he's actually made a video over for the life purpose, and yeah, look at that video. It's pretty short. I mean, it's pretty nice, very clean and short video. It pretty much summarizes everything he's done. Well, it's not really help the needy, it's just being generous to other people. So cryptic. Like if somebody needs some form of financial stability or something like that, you can help them in some form of way through... It's really hard to explain, because it's like... I'd have to look at the video again. But it's really just being generous is the most general way to say it. Because if you want to feel like a good person, or even look like a good person with your TE hero, you'd have to be generous to other people. Especially since you want to be the most moralistic of all the types anyway. Or one of the most moralistic types. Help other people with their own also give other people advice and read your morals. Yeah. Yeah, no, you don't have to give it to... I'm not saying you have to be generous towards everybody. I'm just saying just being generous in general. Because your generosity will leave a legacy towards other people. So the more generous you are towards people that are, yeah, pretty much the more generous you are towards other people and bigger things, the more of a legacy you're going to actually leave to other people. There's other parts of it as well, though. I'd have to look into it again. I'll tell you more about it. I'll look at the video. It's only like 20 minutes, I think. If I remember correctly. It's pretty short for his videos. The reason they ignore things they don't understand is either they're either afraid of knowing the truth, they're either afraid of feeling bad because of that truth being said of what they don't understand, or they're afraid of getting out of their comfort zone. That's really it. I'd say that's the main thing. Like, some people just think they can't learn subjects after a certain point. For some reason. Because they're either too afraid that they don't know what they're actually talking about, or something. It's a good example. Yes, traditionalists. Actually, I wouldn't say... Yeah, I'd say mainly traditionalists. It'd be traditionalists or TI inferiors, really. Actually, no, never mind. TI inferiors, ENFJs are actually pretty good about it. Especially knowing an ENTJ, or ENFJ. ENFJ. Did I say ENTJ? Did I say ENTJ twice? You don't even have to look at the Discord, just go on YouTube, type in ESTJ. Sounds weird, but... And then one of the videos should be Life Purpose of ESTJ or something like that. I don't know, he has a more in-depth version on it. I don't have like full picture of it in my head. Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate that I got it, that the channel died, but whatever. It's not that big of a deal. It was kind of an experiment as well, just to see how many people would be actually interested in the channel. Superiority. What kind of superiority complex? Oh, are you talking about the like SE critic, like criticizing people on constantly of how they dress or anything like that? Is that type of superiority complex, or is it like the super high moralistic complex? Because it's that type has probably the biggest problem with both of those. It's probably FI inferior complex. Okay, Pope. Oh, I just realized, Lapis. I'm pretty sure that's FI inferior, God complex. Really, I would say you just have to understand that, listen to me, I'm better. Yeah, I think that's FI inferior. For the most part. I think it's just you need to understand what your morals are. Try not to overcompensate with your morals. Just kind of understand that morals are more of a self thing more than trying to shove your morals into other people's faces or not listening to other people through morals from a moralistic point of view. Giving to other people would be a great way to solve it because you actually really understand your morals. Because a lot of people that don't utilize their inferior function generally try to avoid it. So they try to cover up their inferior function with pride and try to make themselves super superior to other people depending on the situation. And if you become if that superior complex gets worse, people will think less of you with that TI hero, and then yeah. Gets pretty bad after a while. What's up, Trevin? Trust me, I've had SC inferior complex sometimes, or TI child god complex. I technically have two complexes. I have SC inferior and TI child, if you think about it. And FI critic, technically. I have three stored up in my mind, which is really hard to deal with. In my case, SC inferior, how it would come out is I would try to devalue other people's skill and think that, oh, I can do that better. It's kind of a TI child thing as well, though. It's kind of a TI child thing. But mixed with the SC inferior because of the performance anxiety, so I try to cover up like, oh yeah, I can do that better. Watch me. It's like, yep, nope. Hey, I can do that better. I'm gonna just compare to you real fast just to say that I can do it better, even though I have no actual real practice into whatever I'm doing. Yeah. I've never personally done that, but I've also devalued other people's performance before, and I've gotten burned by it every single time. I've never tried to put my performance above everybody else. I've just tried to devalue it. It doesn't work. A long time ago, though. That was a while back. I remember doing that. It was really stupid. The TI Child trying to be, I'd say TI Child, the biggest problem with TI Child is, it's not that I try to think I know everything, because I really don't, especially now. The more I learn about things, the more I don't know what I actually know. Dunning-Kruger effect. Oh, Jesus Christ. Dunning-Kruger effect. But, sometimes Trickster gets in the way. And then, I'd say the last thing is rubbing my nose into people's problems, trying to figure out what, trying to solve the problem without just kind of shoving my nose into people's problems with my TI Child, even though it wasn't even required. That was really stupid as well. I'm not doing that again. Unless somebody asks me for my help, then I'll do it, but... Or if nobody can actually solve the problem, then I'll do it, but I'm not actually going to try to just shove my nose in people's faces, constantly trying to solve the problem, trying to be the hero, I guess. That SE inferior hero. SE hero inside this inferior subconscious. Also tied to performance anxiety, technically. Oh yes. Also, Pope, if you want to figure all that out, just type in CS Joseph, and then he has a personality testing at the very front page of his website. What the heck was that noise? Whatever. What else is there? I think that's it. FI Critic's kind of hard to deal with. That's probably the reasons why I haven't been doing... It's the reason why I haven't been doing much in the past, like, year and a half or so, is because of FI Critic, for the most part. And TE Trickster. It's kind of both. I really hate that side of my mind. Actually, I really don't. I just don't know how to handle it. I really don't hate it that much. I enjoy it at the same time, but at the exact other spot, I really, like, it's just hard to handle. I'm starting to get good at handling it, but it's so difficult when you have a critic function that's literally your own feelings. That's a plague of feeling of depression, basically. Not actually depression, but you get the idea, hopefully. It's one of the reasons why I don't try to use it or even come close to even... I may eventually. I'm trying to figure out how to utilize it properly in the best way possible. What type? Honestly, it really depends on how healthy the type, or how... It depends on their cognitive focus, because I know there's some types that I can deal with, depending on their cognitive focus. Like, for example, an ESTP. Like, I have an ESTP friend, he's ISTJ focus, and he's pretty good. But I don't think I could stand many ESTP INFJ focus, which is kind of funny, because I am INFJ that's ESTP focused. But generally they're a bit more show-offy type, because of SE, the TI child is a bit, or TI parent inside the ESTP is a bit underdeveloped, so they try to become strength-oriented. You've heard this is high school. This is like the classic bullies, the schoolyard bullies. They're underdeveloped ESTPs, but it's pretty annoying having SE inferior and dealing with SE heroes sometimes. I mean, I've full force thought had to deal with ISTP with SE parent ISTP. Wow, that's pretty yeah, it's pretty bad. I wouldn't say they're the most annoying type though. They're obviously the most conflicting because they're the same quadra as me, but it's very dependent on their cognitive focus and their health of the cognitive focus. Because I'll say this right now, most people in the US are chaotically unconscious focus. Generally they don't have a developed... Honestly, I'd say either of the sides. Ego is probably the most developed, even though that's not really saying much. Other than that. I would rather... I'd rather mine a world and take 10 years than eat a box of nails, to be honest. Honestly, it'd probably take me 10 years to eat a box of nails. After a while. I don't know how I'd even eat one. I just don't know what types actually annoy me the most of all of them. Don't get me wrong, I've had some ESTJs that are pretty bad because of their SE critic. SE critic and their FI inferior gets very, yeah. It can get pretty bad. Because they want to project ISTP onto me, even though I'm an NFJ, which is really frustrating. So they like expect me to have some kind of mechanical awareness, even though I kind of do. I just don't have it all the time. I could do mechanics. It's just the way. I just don't have that SE parent responsibility. It's still kind of annoying though. And also them being systematic doesn't help that either. Let's see what else. I mean, to be fair, I have an ENFJ friend. I feel like I'm talking to myself sometimes. I can feel that TI child and SE inferior, or sorry, TI inferior SE child. Sometimes gets pretty stuck up a bit, just a bit. Doesn't happen often. It just happens occasionally. And I can definitely see where how bad TI child and SE inferior can get. It's very similar. It's even more overwhelming though because it's SE child, and SE child by itself is already overwhelming. I mean, one of the best friends I've had is an INFP. It's pretty cool that you actually have a golden pair friend. I mean, a silver pair friend. Let's see what else there is. I've not met an INTJ yet, or an ENTP. I think those are the only two types I have not known. I don't think I technically haven't met an ISFP yet in real life. Actually, I'm not even gonna count online because online is really hard to type anyway. So yeah, in real life, this is counting just real life. I haven't actually met an INTJ. I would like to meet one though. It'd be pretty interesting. Yeah, I've met an ENTP and an ESFP. Yes, literally that entire quadra I have not even seen. At least I don't think I've seen an ESFP. Actually, no, sorry. Yeah, that entire quadra I haven't even seen. Yeah, ENTP. No, sorry, no, that's not even a quadra. What am I thinking? Like, quartet, I guess is what it's called, where, shoot. Actually, never mind. Yeah, I just haven't seen an ESFP, at least I don't think I have. ISFP that I've typed. An ISFP, ESFP, ENTP, and INTJ. I think those are the types I've not actually typed yet. So I've done that. I have done that before, Heavy. I have done that. It's kind of weird how that works. I've also done the reverse. I don't remember what I did that was the reverse, but I've done that before, where I was bad at something I was actually good at some point. But to be fair, if you're good at something and you're bad at it later, you're probably... It's probably because the performance is gone, because SE Inferior loses performance faster than all the types. This is why SE Inferiors can master skills faster than anybody else, but... ENFJ, that's a really... yeah. I mean, all types are good or bad. That's a definitely interesting type. I'm just gonna clarify real fast. Were you 100% sure you were correct about all your answers? Because you have to be 100% correct. Or it's not gonna be accurate. It is always 100% accurate as long as you're accurate with your answers. Because if it is, that's a pretty interesting type. Personally, especially having literally my longest term friend is an ENFJ, so. You're good, Mr. Burrito. Yeah, it's a test. Just go, if you want to test yourself, it's type in CS Joseph on the internet, I guess, and on the front page it's take your personality test. It's the most accurate personality test, for sure. If you want to learn more about yourself, and you'd have to learn a little bit about the functions, but I mean, they're not too hard to grasp, at least. As long as you're 100% accurate about the test, then you're fine. It had ENFJ, who are the ENFJs. Just type in CS Joseph, who are the ENFJs. It had it on the front page whenever after you type yourself, it should show a video right after. It says, congratulations, you're ENFJ cleric, and then it shows a picture of, it shows a video of ENFJs. And then if you don't think you relate to that type at all, you don't have to relate to everything with the type, because I don't even relate to everything on INFJs, technically. Because it's all about potential with these types. You don't take every single... Don't think that, like, you've experienced every single bad behavior with the types, because you've not. Or with what your type is. You've probably come really close. I've done quite a few of them. I just haven't done everything. Luckily. Luckily, I haven't done everything. Because I've heard some really horrible stories about INFJs. Trust me. There's a reason why this type is probably, can become some of the most integral or best types of people, and literally the worst types of people, trust me. They can go way lower than probably all the types. Besides maybe like one other type, like ISTPs, they can maybe go lower, but I'd argue no. I mean, I know the types have the potential to be really, really bad, but I think INFJs probably have the most potential to be the worst. But also have the most potential to be the best, technically, besides maybe INTJs. Oh yeah, you mentioned that actually, how crazy the types are. Trying to see if there's a pattern with the types. Oh yeah, water. It's really interesting that you actually have an EST or INFJ sister. What's up, Jesse? I have a video on why I'm doing this. the main goal is to mine up the entire classic size world. Wait, what? What are you talking about? Never mind. I saw one of the comments. It's only odd because, generally speaking, those types are usually in families together. I know it's more common for types to be together, like ISTPs and ESTJs, being in that, like, quartet. Like, for example, your quartet is ESTJ, your four sides of the mind, which is a quartet. In your case, it'd be ESTJ, ISTP, ENFJ, and INFP. Like, if you got with someone, and, there would be a good chance you would have an ISTP, ESTJ, ENFJ, or INFP child, but that obviously doesn't happen all the time. It just doesn't happen as often. It's a bit rare. It's kind of funny. I'm kind of the same way, actually, thinking about it, because it's like it's three sensors and then three sensors and one intuitive. It's kind of similar to mine. I have three sensors in my family and I'm the only intuitive. Sunny's type is ESTP. He's definitely an ESTP cat for sure. It's oddly needy, but at the same time he's oddly very independent. Because ESTPs are really like that sometimes. Very direct. I feel that sometimes. Okay, so it's pretty hard to type animals, but you can do it. You just have to go based off of, like, movement, kind of how they move, how much do they just... Are they very, It's kind of hard to type with the test itself, but you can type with, like, functions. Somewhat type with functions. You have to know the functions pretty well, though. And, and interaction styles, I'd have to say that's probably the best way to type animals, because it's pretty easy to see if they initiate. Usually comparing animals is probably the best way to type. If you have some basis of an animal, you can kind of see, or if you have the animal of the same breed, it's a good way to do it as well. Having 2 dogs or 2 cats or something like that makes it easy as well. They don't even really exactly have to be the same breed, but I mean, if they are, that makes it way easier. It's pretty hard to type them, though. For obvious reasons, I mean. Oh, yes. You can definitely type well. On the... Wait, what do you mean there's no extra? You mean on the channel? Like on the streams? I mean, most extroverts are usually either extroverting or they're... Yeah, that's really it. Oh, just in general, I think it's because of quarantine, let's be honest. I think quarantine is really the reason why it seems like there are more extroverts, or more introverts than extroverts at the moment. Or it's because you attract introverts. Extroverts usually attract introverts, introverts usually attract extroverts, for the most part. That's very, very, very general, though. Because, I mean, to be fair, your golden pair is introverted, and I mean, your silver pair is extroverted, but at the same time, it's kind of weird. Oh, yes. Because, I mean, I think, yeah, I would say it's probably just that. It's the extroverted, introverted illusion, where if, like, you're an extrovert, you're probably gonna see introverts a bit more, and vice versa. I think there are technically more extroverts in the world. I think it's like 51%. I could be wrong about that, though. I mean, even if you count types. I think if you count percentages, I think extroverts are very, very... I think once we get real data with the analytical psychology, with like real results of people, with this test, we should be able to figure out if there actually are technically more extroverts or introverts in the world, and what type is more common. Even though there's going to be some bias, because a lot of INFJs type with C.S. Joseph, because INFJs use analytical psychology. So I think the only way we can really get real numbers with this testing is to make it public. Or, sorry, not make it public, make it more into a schooling, like put it into schooling or something like that. And you get the idea, like make it more known to other people than just analytical psychology people or anybody who says anything, because most people don't care about the science, so. But are you scared of everything because of FI Child? I could be wrong about that, so wrong about that, but it could partially be. Especially since SE Inferiors usually, since they have SI Demon, usually aren't. Okay, I'm not saying they can't be scared of things, but usually when you associate scared of things, usually it's a comfort zone thing, but I think it's probably SE Inferior and SI Child. And maybe the TE parent as well could be, because it's more of a belief thing than what is actually true. I don't know. It's hard to say, really. ISTJ, interesting. It's not good or bad, it's just a type. So if you want to figure out more about the type and see if you relate to it, go to that site that you typed, and look up who are the, or sorry, you can go to YouTube to do it actually. Look up who are the ISTJs by C.S. Joseph and see if you relate to it by any chance. You don't have to relate to everything that he says about it, because you probably won't relate to everything, because it's so broad. Because of the potential of all the types. It's a bit too high for almost anybody, for everybody to experience every bad or good trait of the type. Also, another reason, yeah, that's the only reason I'd take the I would just go for that test and not the other ones, because the other tests just aren't that accurate. Because it's so easy for error. It's so easy to mess up on those tests. This test, as long as you know for sure the answer, then you're good. Like, for sure the answer of what you're testing, then you're fine. Oh, thank you, Jesse. Yeah, it has been a while. Cats and ISTJs, interesting. I think he has an no, he's not an ENTJ. I don't think he's actually an ENTJ. I thought he was. He seemed like one at first. Actually, after thinking about it, he may be a... Dang it, what type am I thinking of? He may actually be a... He could be an ISTP. But at the same time, he's very extroverted. He likes to show off things constantly, but he's also extremely guilty about everything. He may be an ESFP, actually, because I know they can be guilty, even though they don't seem like it at first, because of their FE critic. I actually know some EFPs that are actually more guilty than me when it comes to certain things. And I have FE parent, which is saying that's pretty insane thinking about it. Because they're FE critic, they're so guilty because they think they're in the wrong. They're so critical about their own ethics. I mean, you could say the same about me being about my morals, but dang, it's pretty bad. FE critic is pretty bad, at least in terms of what I've seen. Paranoid? You're any critic? I don't really think of ENFJs being paranoid. I guess it's any critic. Are you by chance paranoid of other people's intentions? Or critical towards other people's intentions? Because you don't actually know what they... Yeah. What's up, RC? Yeah, I do remember you. Wait, what is your paranoia then? It gets a bit weird when your cat is an ESTP and your dog is an ESFP. At least I think he's an ESFP. I really don't know what type he is, I'll be honest. Okay, you're paranoid towards people's intentions. Okay, yeah, that would mean... Okay, that either means you're an INTJ or an ENTJ. Or sorry, an ENFJ or INFJ. Because they're both technically, or NJs in general, are both kind of paranoid. Are you for sure 100% certain you're 100% certain you answered every single thing correctly? I'm just making for sure. Did you check the relatability of the types, just in case? Because I know these types are really hard to... Okay, so you're outcome focused. Okay, yeah, never mind. Okay, if you're outcome focused, then, wait, you're paranoid of the outcome, or are you paranoid, are you just outcome focused in general? You have to be 100% certain you're for sure the answer is correct. That you know. You can even ask other people if you really aren't for sure. Also, I think I'm going to be ending the stream in about 15 minutes, so... I need to check the wiki. I actually remember it for once. Imagine actually remembering something for once. Can't really relate that much. What do you mean? Go to the description. It should have Discord. It should have a Discord link you can click on. I mean, I'm only ending them slightly early because I'm trying to, I have to deal with other things. I'm trying to be controlled. I know, right? What is memory? I think the only reason I remember people on the stream is because of SE. Thank God for SE. Because I don't remember, I don't have any memories whatsoever towards anything on this channel until I start streaming. It's literally, streaming is a totem for people on the stream. Because it's SE. It's the external. What I see is what I remember. I mean, there are some times, I've had some weird times where I remember things from years and years and years back, but it's like the most specific memory ever. I'm not even too sure how I even remember it, honestly. I guess it ingrained into my SI demon after a while. The test name, just go to, just go to, go to CS Joseph, just type it on Google, or anything really, or any search engine. And, it should be in the very front page. It says take personality, discover personality, or whatever test. Discover personality test? I don't know what the heck it's called. Oh yeah, good luck getting me to tell a story about... I can't even give, like, even a glimpse of a story. I mean, I may be able to at least do some pieces of a story, but... I guess this is only... It's an oddly specific one, but I guess I could just say that I went on a trip with my family for a week to multiple states. I don't remember, it's gonna be so vague of a memory, even though it was a very, I wouldn't say impactful memory, but dang, definitely one of the most shining memories that I have, and it's still very vague. Oh god. What's up, non-tricks? I mean, okay, here's the thing. This is where this memory thing comes from. Why some people can remember, or why most people can't remember, what they didn't eat. It's because first reason, most people are SI users, and even if you tried to remember what you ate, what you ate that day, since you're an SI user, it still takes a little bit before you even, before that memory actually processes in your head. SE users don't have that problem, but I doubt SE users even care what they even ate because they have low SI in the first place. So maybe SI critics. So yeah, I don't really care. No, I can remember what I ate, but I definitely won't remember the next day for sure. I don't even remember what dreams I have for like. I know that's most people, but some people do remember their dreams. I definitely don't, even 5 seconds after. I've even tried remembering them 5 seconds after. Okay, give me a second. Okay, what's happened? Also, memorizing a page of work, you also have TE heroes, so you're gonna remember a whole page of work because you're all you're data focused. Forgot to mention that. What's up, Whitebird? Oh yes, SI Demon, literally poisoning yourself. Sounds like SI Demon. I don't really like my dreams because I hate how realistic they are. I know some people have super abstract dreams. I have ridiculously realistic dreams. I'm not gonna say they're in the realm of possibility of happening, but dang. Some of them kinda could be realistic. I mean, they're not the like the probability of them happening is not, but like, they're still pretty close. What's up, Yahoo? What's up, Kamikaze? Mine definitely don't. Mine are actually quite realistic. It's kind of scary, actually, how realistic they are. Mine could technically exist. At least to some degree, they could exist. It is a possibility. Okay, that was fast. Which is scary, especially if they're nightmares. I'm not saying they're probable, but dang, it's still kind of scary to think they could technically exist. Okay. I was like, if you're paranoid of people's intentions, you're probably an INFJ or INJ. I don't know about the any critic versus the any nemesis. I don't know if ENFJs are paranoid. That's pretty cool though. You have the same type as me. You're also the second INFJ on this stream as well. The other one is Raffi, at least that we know of. So we have one INTJ, two INFJs, and one ISFP, ESTJ, and I think there was an ESFJ somewhere. Don't know, remember who it was though. I think it's it at the moment. Yeah. My dreams are pretty detailed, let's be honest. They're pretty detailed, just because they're so realistic. That's the reason why. I know some people that have dreams of old nightmares they used to have. Mine are more like possible nightmares. It's kind of scary actually. I think it's to keep your brain occupied for something. I don't really know. That's what I've heard. I don't know if alternate dimensions actually exist. Yes, INFJs are supposed to be the rarest of the types. 0.5% of the population. INTJs are supposed to be the second, which is 1%. The only reason I'm having decent nightmares is because of stress, but I mean, well, I don't really have nightmares right now, but I've had them quite frequently because of stress. But to be fair, I'm kind of doing that to myself. I haven't really put much belief into ghosts. I haven't looked into it whatsoever, so I can't really say much. I don't know what the third rarest is, though. Probably like an ENTJ. That isn't counting genders either, though, so. It definitely seems like they're more prominent. It makes it more prominent, but to be fair, if you're an extrovert on the internet, you're probably gonna obviously see more. Extroverts still technically or could be more common. It just seems more common. Introverts seem more common because of the internet. Like INTPs are probably the most common type on the internet. For example. Yeah, those are the type of dreams I kind of have, I'll be honest. They're pretty terrifying. Don't get me wrong, I've had some weird far out dreams, but they don't happen very often. It's kind of Weird. I'm guessing it's SI Demon, because I've also heard dreams correlate a lot to your demon function, which is really interesting. God dang it. I can't aim, apparently. Seriously. From what I've heard from CS Joseph has a video about dream analysis, which I would definitely look more into though, myself. Can I aim? This is kind of frustrating, not gonna lie. Oh, there we go, just alright, well, that's the thing. Yes, I'm gonna be mining the entire non-tricks. Also, I think I'm gonna end the stream after I kill this Ender Dragon. So you guys have a little bit of time, but I'm gonna be ending it soon. You guys have a little bit of time because I'm kind of behind. Fear of alone being too long. Interesting. I've never dreamed about. Dreamt, I guess that's a better way to say it. About having my teeth fall out. I hate how targeted my dreams are to nightmares. Because it's like, it's realistic nightmares that could... Okay, I'm not saying they can happen. Some of them probably could, but for the most part. Yeah. Kind of annoying. Yeah, that sounds pretty painful. Everybody turns into bees. That's an interesting nightmare. I usually have nightmares of my house catching on fire, if that says anything. Most times. I don't know why, specifically. Maybe not specifically the house, but it doesn't happen often, thank God. I hate how realistic my dreams are sometimes. I mean, to be fair, if it's realistic and it's if it's actually a dream and not a nightmare, it's pretty good, but... Oh, Jesus. That makes sense though. I mean, like, one of my bigger fears is the house burning down, so I guess that would make sense. At the same time, it's still terrifying seeing something that, like, realistic of a fear. Potentially coming true in a dream. I'm so confused. What is happening? What's up, Tommy? Oh yeah, you mentioned that. You're like, oh, you've failed boiling water. Or something like that. Oh yes. I'm literally not going to say anything about cooking. Besides boiling water. I've done that at least. Because I haven't had much experience at all for cooking, so... I'm going to have to go through my trials of failures over and over again with cooking. Favorite ramen flavor? I really don't have a favorite, to be honest. Hard for me to say. I haven't eaten Pop-Tart in so long. Favorite bread. Alright, I'm gonna go and end the stream now. It's kind of crazy how active these streams are. I was very surprised. I'm actually very surprised at how active these streams are. I could start a little bit earlier just to make up for yesterday, but... Oh yeah, Wiki, yes. Thank you for reminding me. Wiki, yes. I'll look it up. Can you send the link? Kind of weird. You're... Okay. Alright, I'll see you guys later. Probably tomorrow. Most likely. Bye.